The origin of our universe is self-existing wave, and it should be analog sine wave, of which frequency is 1. One of the very curious things which are common to human beings from the old age to current moment may be the origin of universe. There are many theories and advocacies, but these can be sorted in two categories, which are creation theory and evolution theory. But none of those existing theories seems to be compatible with all the physical phenomena in our universe. The Big Bang theory is the prevailing cosmological model that describes the early development of the universe. But it suggests no idea on the stage before the Big Bang. The Genesis is nothing but a book of religion. As far as I know, the best book which suggests fundamental idea on this subject is Chun Bu Kyung, or Heavenly Inscribed Scripture. This scripture begins as
1 initiates non-initiative 1,
and finishes as
1 terminates non-terminative 1.
These ones are existences without commencement and end, but the properties are somewhat different. The one as subject is analog wave because it should be continuous. The one as object is digital wave to be perceived by living creatures including human beings. To be harmonious with all the matters in the universe, the original and universal analog wave should be simplest, and the frequency should be a common measure to those of all things in the universe. Apparently, this is sine wave, of which frequency is 1. I would like to name it as Harnan wave. In Chun Bu Kyung, this wave is described as
the origin which does not move, but which is varied by the usage.
The formula of this wave may be expressed as sine 2 pi ft. The frequency f is 1, and t is a unit of cosmic time. This wave has cosmic energy. The whole energy of this wave is as large as the sum of all the energies in our universe. Much part of this energy is existed as dark energy and dark matter. Referring to the I Ching, or the Book of Changes, the state of this original analog wave is called as nonpolarity. This nonpolar original wave is converted into digital wave to be perceived by any sensing organ of living creatures. To be digital, most of the timely calculated values of the wave should be either a little smaller or a little larger than that of the analog wave. These waves are called yin and yang in the I Ching, and may be expressed as sine 2 pi ft down, and sine 2 pi ft up. These yin and yang waves interact each other, and make state of 4 polarities, such as major yin, major yang, minor yin, and minor yang. These 4 waves may be expressed as sine 2 pi ft down, sine 2 pi ft up, sine 2 pi ft left, and sine 2 pi ft right. These 4 polarities are divided into 8 signs of divination, and so on. In I Ching, these 8 signs are expressed as Qian, Dui, Li, Zhen, Xun, Can, Zhen, Kun. These 8 waves may be expressed as sine 2 pi ft up, sine 2 pi ft up right, sine 2 pi ft right, sine 2 pi ft down right, sine 2 pi ft up left, sine 2 pi ft left, sine 2 pi ft down left, and sine 2 pi ft down. In Chun Bu Kyung, these changes are expressed as
1 overflows subtly. Numerous things go, and numerous things come.
The final sentence in Chun Bu Kyung, which is expressed as
1 terminates non-terminative 1,
suggests the circulation of digital and analog waves. This theory derived from Chun Bu Kyung can explain the phenomena of our universe scientifically. Dark energy and dark matter.
Both the analog property and early stage digital properties of Huanin wave cannot be perceived digitally by our 5 sensing organs with current technology, so they remain in the dark. Actually, the analog property of Huanin wave may be perceived only by the mind. This hypothesis refers some expressions in the Chun Bu Kyung, such as
originally the mind is origin,
and
heaven and earth are one in man.
Dark energy should not be necessarily the data to go on the advocacy that the universe is expanding.
The distances to faraway galaxies were generally proportional to their redshifts.
As far, this is a foundation for the Big Bang theory. In physics, especially astrophysics, redshift happens when light seen coming from an object that is moving away is proportionally increased in wavelength, or shifted to the red end of the spectrum. More generally, when an observer detects electromagnetic radiation outside the visible spectrum, redder amounts to a technical shorthand for increase in electromagnetic wavelength, which also implies lower frequency and photon energy in accord with, respectively, the wave and quantum theories of light. But there can be another interpretation.
The lights coming from faraway galaxies interact with one in wave or wave of dark energy more significantly, so the wavelengths should be increased and the waves are shifted to red zone. Gravitation.
This universal attracting force is nothing but a natural tendency going back to Huanin wave. That is, the masses should be united enough to be a black hole. Actually, the nuclear strong force is produced by the attracting forces among the neutrons and protons. Because the distances between all the particles in the nucleus are near enough, the repellent forces between the protons are overcome by the gravitations among the particles in the nucleus.
Zero-point energy.
Zero-point energy, also called quantum vacuum zero-point energy, is the lowest possible energy that a quantum mechanical physical system may have. It is the energy of its ground state. All quantum mechanical systems undergo fluctuations even in their ground state and have an associated zero-point energy, a consequence of their wave-like nature. The uncertainty principle requires every physical system to have a zero-point energy greater than the minimum of its classical potential well. This results in motion even at absolute zero. For example, liquid helium does not freeze under atmospheric pressure at any temperature because of its zero-point energy. This subtle energy or wave is nothing but a variation of Huanin wave which is produced by the usage. This usage is that expressed in Chun Bukaiyang as
the usage varies the origin which does not move. Butterfly effect.
In chaos theory, the butterfly effect is the sensitive dependence on initial conditions, where a small change at one place in a deterministic nonlinear system can result in large differences to a later state. The name of the effect, coined by Edward Lorenz, is derived from the theoretical example of a hurricane's formation being contingent on whether or not a distant butterfly had flapped its wings several weeks before. When the Huanin wave interacts with even weak waves, the resultant effects can be astonishing.
Black hole and white hole.
Black hole is where the digital waves return to the Huanin wave, and white hole is where the digital waves appear from Huanin wave.
Life.
Life is a characteristic that distinguishes objects that have signaling and self-sustaining processes from those that do not, either because such functions have ceased, death, or else because they lack such functions and are classified as inanimate. While animate being is connected with life signal from the Huanin wave, it is live. When it loses the signal, it cannot self-sustain anymore.
Chun Bukaiyang translation by Raphael Chavarria. 1 initiates non-initiative 1.
Even being split into three extremities, the origin is not exhausted.
Heaven is first of 1, earth is second of 1, and man is third of 1.
1 is accumulated into 10.
The greatness without case becomes 3.
Heaven is 2 threes, earth is 2 threes, and man is 2 threes.
Large 3 combined with 6 bears 7, 8, or 9.
4 operations of 3 attain loop of 5 and 7.
1 overflows subtly.
Numerous things go, and numerous things come.
The usage varies the origin which does not move.
Originally the mind is origin. Vast sunshine raises brightness. Heaven and earth are one in man.
1 terminates non-terminative 1.